Antwerp we started in 2006, making a collective of 3 people at the time who founded Trekt Uw Plant. This is an initiative of people who said we want to grow each our plant together in a collective plantation. Then after about 6 months we had enough members to pay for the lawyer in case anything would go wrong. And then we did a public action where we put a seed in the ground for the mother plant that would give 6 cuttings, 6 clones for the first 6 members of the club, among whom there was also a parliament member. So we were sort of a little bit protected against too heavy police repression. And then half a year later we presented the 6 clones. We said each our plant, we will put it in a collective plantation and we will harvest it in 3 months, and this will be for these 6 members. All based on a ministerial guideline that had been issued by the Belgian government in 2005, and which says that any adult in Belgium who is found with a maximum of 3 grams of cannabis or 1 cannabis plant cannot be persecuted if he or she does not produce any public nuisance or any public disorder. So, on the basis of that guideline that had been issued in 2005, we said, okay, there are people who have 1 plant, who want to have 1 plant, but they cannot grow it themselves, so they need someone to grow it for them, and that someone could be an association of consumers who come together and say who can grow cannabis amongst us and who can grow for our collective demand. If you would have prohibition of potatoes, and by the way, in Europe there has been a prohibition of potatoes for many years, and suddenly it would be allowed to be growing potatoes, but on the basis of 1 potato per inhabitant. All the villages should come together and find out how to find a field where they can grow their potatoes, so everybody can have a potato. And it's not more than that, it's cannabis, but it could be any plant. And it's quite an easy way to show that it's perfectly possible and sustainable to organize the market between cannabis producer and cannabis consumer in an adult way, responsible way, safe way, healthy way. We can control the cannabis that the members consume, and of course these practices of the black market to adulterate cannabis with substances that do not belong there is immediately avoided by such a system where consumers produce themselves, so they know what it is they produce, and they are only interested in improving the quality in a biological way, so it is safe to use also for people who use it as a medicine. We have lots of members amongst in our association who thanks to cannabis have a life that is worthwhile to live. People who suffer epileptic attacks 35 a day if they don't smoke, and if they smoke cannabis they have only 3. So for them it's a huge difference in how they experience a daily life. There's people who have prolonged their life energy by consuming cannabis and being able to cope with pain. People who are in a terminal phase of cancer or other diseases, who thanks to cannabis regain some energy to be able to eat well and sleep well and live with pain, but still with bearable pain. And there is miracles that cannabis can do. So all the thing we need is a just way, a fair way to bring it from producer to consumer. and that is what we try to do in the margin of the law.